Welcome to video 33. We're in the summer of 1706. The turn's just gone over. Just making sure that we failed to steal the technology, the square, so we're just going in there to try and get it again. Just have a quick look at Hanover, see what they're doing. They look a bit depleted, not very frightening. France are quite close to my fortress there. In fact, it's not my fortress, it's Flanders actually. A couple of units have come into the south of Flanders there, so we're going to have to deal with those, I think. Interesting to see where the other French go, whether they go for the fort or whether they go for the town. Just repairing my fort from the attack that they did last time, doing the usual, you know, in and out of I think they're pleasure gardens, to cause the maximum amount of damage, which I've shown you before. Technique on, you know, making it very expensive for them to repair their buildings. Okay, checking on the number of troops that I've got available, that I'm drip feeding through from Amsterdam until Flanders is developed enough to be able to produce its own quality troops. Well, I say quality, we're still going for the basic troops really. Okay, looking at possible alternatives for the future though. Can't get that one yet. It's faint, and when it's faint you can't recruit it, I'm afraid. Red. The writing's red on it as well, which means you can't have it as well. It's just too expensive for me at this stage, I'm afraid. We need to start getting some proper taxes from these towns, you know, once Flanders starts to get more settled. So about 4 or 5 turns, isn't it? Now, these are the brand new French infantry that have come out. They'll have come out of Alsace-Lorraine. If I don't take them out now, he'll produce some more next turn. So I won't have 2 to face, I'll have 4 or maybe even 5. Certainly I'll have more anyway. So we'll look over here at that other unit. That one there to the left that we just saw, that one looked ragged, so it's obviously been in combat before, and it may well have come from Paris. They might well go directly for Flanders and miss out the fortress next turn. As I said, I haven't built much of an infrastructure, so the roads aren't very good, so they can't get all the way through to Amsterdam, I don't think. Quick look over at the Americas here, find out what's going on. If you remember, we destroyed a building when a gentleman was recruited, if that's the right word. And now we're going to create that school for him so he can go in there and start researching his own technology in the school. Always having a look around just to see if there are any ships about that I can have a go at, because I've got a fleet tied up in here, of course. I want to use it. So I'm going to quick through. If you click the arrow there at the top when you're in the taxation level, you know, the economy of each town, then you can flick through each one just to see how they're all doing. I'm really looking to see if they're on yellow or green and whether they're being taxed or not. If they're on green and they're not being taxed, then obviously I need to click the button there to get them taxed. Okay, Cuba's still got troops tied up in there that I can use. Need to be aware of those valuable resources. Putting a man into the port. I've explained before how really important it is to have troops in a port. So that you're not raided by other people's fleets. Got armies all over the place here, and they're not doing very much, and they're costing me a lot of money, so I might have to start using them soon. I've got my fleet in there, so raise another unit of regulars. I can put them on the fleet, and maybe they're the ones that can get over to Mexico or Guatemala. Back over to the European sector. If you remember, we've got French troops around all over the place. The fort took a battering, the men are depleted, and although we're repairing that fort, he still has artillery around. I think he got his artillery away. They routed, didn't they, back to their guns. I've got no horse to chase them away. Right, okay, all I'm going to do here now is advance my units into that place there, just to see if he intercepts. He's got the right to intercept, you see. He obviously doesn't think he's strong enough to intercept. He's quite right. He's got 2 regular infantry units there, and like I said, they're pretty good, the French regular infantry units. I need to draw him, really. I can't have those 2 units moving around my area, damaging my own buildings. So I'm going to take them on. Now this is a long battle. It's in 2 parts because he has reinforcements coming. He's got 2 infantry units. The first part is exactly the same as the second part, so what I've done is I've cut out the first part of the battle and I've gone straight to the second part. You can see how I'm handling him. He's at a wall. I haven't gone to face him at that wall. I've come from the side and the back, and I've lined up my cavalry, which is what I'm doing now, which will force him into square. They'll form square even if you've only got 5 cavalry, you know, because they're stupid, basically. But that's exactly what happened with the other half that came on. That's another tip, by the way. It's a good tip for you. If you've got a general's unit and another unit, and the other one's coming on as reinforcements, your general's unit will stand there and do nothing. It'll wait. It'll hold its position and wait for the reinforcements to arrive. If you take out the reinforcements first, you've then isolated them. If you take out the general, the reinforcements will arrive to help him. If you take out the reinforcements the other way around. Now the AI has been improved so that so the troops will arrive on the part of the battlefield where you'd expect them to from the campaign map. So if you remember, I was going virtually directly south at the infantry unit, and then just off to the southeast there was another unit, so they should appear from the left. So I've deployed my troops slightly over to the left instead of directly in front of the unit facing me, and I've taken out the reinforcing troops in exactly the same way as I'm doing it now. 2 lots of infantry firing at him from 2 angles at once, and then I've had the cavalry forcing him into square, and then as soon as he routs we chase him from the field, losing very little men. One of my units had 80 odd in it anyway, and the other one was 120. I don't think, I mean, bearing in mind I've already fought one half of the battle with the other unit. By the time I come to this one, you'll see that that you don't lose many when you do it this way. See what happens when he changes formation, he can't fight when he's changing, so when he goes from line into square because of my cavalry, he's losing a chance to fire at me. Also when he goes into square, the amount of firing he can do is limited. There he goes, running away. He's been quite badly hit there. You can see all the casualties all the way along the side of the wall there. I'm not going to end the battle because I don't want him to get away. I completely destroyed the other unit, by the way, in the same way that I'm going to do with this one. The cavalry are near enough by to be able to take him out. Another little tip there for you is the infantry. They will continue firing when your cavalry goes in, and you can take shots from your own cavalry. You can disable their fire simply by putting them on melee attack. That's not a problem. But I just find it quicker just to grab them and tell them to form a column or something. So while putting themselves into a column formation, they can't be firing, and then I can charge my cavalry at the routing enemy. I try and get them as soon as they're waving, send them in, so that we've got time to wipe them out before they get to the edge of the map, and then of course escape. I don't want that to happen. Okay, so minimum casualties on my part, maximum on his, both units completely destroyed, and we've removed the threat to the well, certainly from the north of Alsace-Lorraine. I hope those tips have been useful there. Remember, the general's unit will stand. It's only the reinforcements that move. Hit the reinforcements first and you'll hit them in isolation. Yeah. The battle results will flick on only quickly because I haven't got much time before the 10 minutes is up. But needless to say, I think I lose about, I don't know, 10, 15 men in total, maybe 20 at the most, and he loses 2 lots of 120, 240 men completely lost. To replace them it's about 1700. Okay, back to the campaign map on the next video.